Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Today is Thursday, 7:15 in Ireland. I'm opening up the bridge with our dear friends from America. Hello, listeners from Kardec Radio. Welcome to our talk show. And today we do have a really special guest, Jack Darsa. He's from Brazil. He's part of the Communion Spiritists in Brasilia. Uh, and he's a kind of encyclopedia about spiritism. So be ready with your be ready with your questions, because now it's time to ask questions. And I'm sure if we don't know how to answer questions, we will do our research, our homework, and we will revert to you. Okay. So again, uh, let's start with our initial prayer. So I would like to everyone put your volume up if you are on your car. Please don't close your eyes, but those who are at home, if you want, you can close your eyes. But it's mandatory to everyone to open up your heart and make connection with superior spirits, with our mentors. Ask them to give us all the tools according to our merits, according to our needs. May the benefactors stay with Jack today and allow him to help us spread the spiritism throughout Europe and now North America and the world. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. So be it. Amen. So, Jack, welcome to Ireland.
Thank you.
Yes. And guys, how it's gonna work today? Jack will give a brief explanation about 30 minutes, 30 more or less 30 minutes. After this, we will open to a discussion. So that's it. No big deal. So if you have questions, please get ready. Okay, Jack. Guys,
Okay.
are you are connected to the Ireland, to North America, and the world.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. So, good night for someone, and good evening for others. So, good afternoon. My name is Jack. I'm from Brazil, and first of all, I want to thank for the invitation that I received. And I'm not special. I am nothing. I'm just someone like you, and we are here all together trying to learn a little bit more about spiritism and about Jesus and what he left for us, his teachings for us. I want you all to be kind with my poor English because I'm Brazilian, and very probably I will commit several mistakes. So be patient and have charity with myself. Okay. Thank you very much. In the book of Acts, chapter 3, from verse 1 to 8, there is a passage, a very specific passage that Peter and John, they are going to the Solomon temple. Jesus have died several days ago, and they are entering in the temple. Is afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, and in the door of the temple, one of the doors, there is a man. He was born paralytic, and he's there asking for money. This man so asked for some money from Peter and John. This passage for me is very special. And then Peter turned his eyes to this man, and he say, "Look at me." And then the man that was in the floor, because he was paralytic, he lifted his eyes, and then he saw Peter and John. And what Peter said, it's something that shows the size of this spirit, Peter, Simon Peter. Peter then says, "I don't have gold nor silver, but what I have, this I give to you. In the name of Jesus Christ, the Nazarene, get up and walk." This passage is in the very beginning of the book of Acts. Peter shows us something very specific and very simple. He, from himself, didn't have anything to give to this man, but with Jesus, he could do everything. That's the point. That is the main point. Saint Paul, or Paul, later he will say something very similar in his epistles. And then today, the title of our talk today is "What Jesus Can Do for You Today, Nowadays." We all are passing for a moment and a movement, a planetary movement that none of us ever pass. None of us ever pass. We have something that is maintaining us at home in isolation because there is something in the air that spread very fast and kill. So we receive a call, all of us, we receive a call. Stay at home. But why that? We have to understand two things about God. Usually in my talks, I say that if you go to a mall, to a shopping mall, and you make a research, and then you ask for everyone, do you believe in God? Probably a lot of people, at least here in Brazil, 90% will say, yes, I believe in God. Oh, great, it's great, very good, very good. The second answer, it's one step ahead. The second, then we have to, the second question, not answer. The second question, it's one step ahead. We have to ask, and you trust God, because believing is different from trusting. Where's the camera? Believing is different from trusting. They're two different things. I can say that I believe in God. Oh, okay, I believe, yeah, it's okay, fine. Trusting God, it's knowing, it's having the reason and understanding that everything that happened with us and in our planet, God is in charge. And it's simple like that. It is simple like that. We spiritists, we say that Jesus is he rules our planet, of course, but above Jesus, there is God. So we have a very good book. I don't know if we have in English. The title is Good News. It was from Chico Xavier, from the Spirit Humberto de Campos. And in the chapter 11, there is a talk between Jesus and Matthew. And Matthew, he's very anxious because he wants to show the teachings of Jesus for all the rulers of the world. And then Jesus answer Matthew or Levi with something very direct and specific. Jesus said to Matthew or Levi, who rules the world is God. That's it. That's it. So we spirits, we of the religion, or that we like a little or a lot this religion, the spiritism, we talk about doing charity to the others. Yeah? It's one of the main rules of the spiritism is there in the this gospel according to the spiritism, chapter 15, item I guess 5. It is Allan Kardec said that outside the charity there is no salvation. The charity is the main topic of this religion. But one thing that a lot of us spiritists uh, we forget is that charity not always is for the outside, for the other. We have to understand that charity it's also with ourselves. And then we must ask what kind of good things for our soul we are doing for us today. When we discovered this coronavirus, we see that all of us we have to stay at home, and a lot of things changed in the whole world, in the whole planet. What's the main point of this anyway? So why God sent this? Is just to kill people? No, it's not just to kill people. A war can do this. In the beginning of the century, we have this tsunami in Indonesia, killed in less than 1 week. If I don't am wrong, 2 or 300 million people. Million? No, two, three. Yes, I guess. Yeah. But well, you got what I'm trying to say. It's not this the point of this coronavirus. The point is not that. The point of the coronavirus is for us to look for ourselves inside of us. That's the main point of everything that is happening in the world today. God just came to us, every one of us, and say, "Hey, Jack, wake up." Very slow, with love. Jack, wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. God's not doing this. He's not doing this. It's just, Jack, it's time to wake up. What is that? What is this? Wake up for what? Well, we are living a world of expiation to go to a world of regeneration. We are in this planetary transition. So the word of regeneration, as it is in the Gospel according to the Spiritism, chapter 3, from 16 to 18, the items, Augustine is telling us how it is this word of regeneration. It's a better word. It's a better word. It is exactly one of the main points that Jesus always says. The kingdom of heaven is arriving. Theologically, there is three concepts of this kingdom of God or kingdom of heaven. And the third and the final is exactly this one. We are entering what we spirits call the regeneration word. Jesus called the kingdom of heaven on earth, kingdom of God on earth. That's the main point. In the book of John, chapter 18, verse 36, Pilatus is talking with Jesus, and he is asking Jesus, "You are a king?" And Jesus replied, "Yes, but my kingdom is not of this world." And in the final of the verse, almost everyone just forget to read. At the end of the verse, Jesus says, "For now, my kingdom is not here." And the answer of the question of the Spirit's book, question 627, Kardec is asking something very specific. Because in the question 625, the Spirit says that Jesus is our guide, our rule, our model to follow. And then two questions next. Allan Kardec asks, so what it is all about? Why this new religion? Why this new philosophy? Why? What are your rule of your you spirits in this world? And they answer, we will uh, we will put in the world the kingdom of the good that Jesus taught in his time. So the kingdom of heaven is arriving, but all this moment we have to start to answer what we are learning with all of this. What I am learning, being more with myself in isolation, not going outside, just like I used it to go. Here in Brazil, almost everything is closed. When they open, a lot of people die. Then they close again. Then they open, and we are living like that. What I have to learn now, and how Jesus can help me in this moment of my life. As I said, God is doing just like that. Hey, Jack, wake up, wake up. It's time. It's time for what, Jack? For us to improve ourselves. That's it. So this moment that we are living, it's exactly a moment that we are being called to become better souls, better human beings, to prepare ourselves for the regeneration word, or the word, the kingdom of heaven that will be here. More, I can't see the camera. More 3 decades, probably more 3 decades. We are gonna starting because Emmanuel, mentor of Chico Xavier, told him in a book. Uh, so he said that probably in the more 37 years, in the year approximately of 2057, the word of regeneration will start, according to Emmanuel and according to other sources also. So we all are receiving this call to now become a better person. But what's the problem? As we all are living something that we never lived before, it's hard. It's hard sometimes to be alone in your own house with yourself. It's hard sometimes to live with a lot of people, your family probably, that usually you see in the breakfast and at night. And you wake up, good morning, take your coffee and go out and come back late at night. So now we are all together all the time. Oh my God. And that is very serious. So we are being called to look inside of us, how we behave in this world that we live, what we did since today till today, in all of our lives, all the years that we live since today till today, what we learn. Are we learning to become better people? Because that's the main point of the life. In the Spirit's book, in the question 132 and 167, similar questions, similar answers, the Spirit will tell us that the reason of why we are reincarnated, the reason of we are living, is exactly to improve ourselves as immortal spirits. And we are calling now to do this fast because of the transition, the planetary transition. Okay, Jack, that's fine, it's good, okay, I understand. So, but how can I do that? How can I do that? In the I like very much the book of Matthew. Okay, usually I talk about the book of Luke and John and Mark and the book of Acts, but usually I used to talk about the book of Matthew. I like very much Matthew. Who knows me and who follows me know that. And in the book of Matthew, chapter 26, the 38, the verse 38. Jesus will say to Peter, John, and Tiago. I don't know how is Tiago in English. I'm sorry. Jacob can be Jacob because of the Latin word. Because in Hebrew it's Yaakov. In Latin, in Latin can be Jacobium, and in Portuguese is Tiago, but can also be Jacob or my name Jack. Everything is the same. And he's telling them, stay here and watch out. Pray and watch out. It's exactly moments before that Judas came with the soldiers of the temple to arrest Jesus. And he's telling them, pray and watch out. That is exactly what we must do in this moment of our lives. In this moment of our lives, we're calling to have charity with ourselves. What do you mean? Well, I mean that we have charity with ourselves to become better human beings. It's very urgent that we understand that as long as I become a better human being, my journey endures, my life will become easier to live. Because if I go in this pattern, oh Jesus, yeah, if I go in this pattern of vibration, spiritual vibration, the spirits that are here in this vibration will be with me. If I go to this point of vibration, the spirits that are here will stay here with me. It's exactly the answer of the question 459 of the Spirit's book and also 525 of the Spirit's books. Similar questions, similar answers. Allan Kardec will ask if the spirits they what are the influence influentiation? Yes, that's the word. I hope so. How they influence our lives, and the spirits answer almost every time. Every time they are there with you. So if I'm here, the spirits here will be with me. If I'm here, so the main point is, I I should try. We all should try to stay here all the time and not here. As we are human beings, our emotions they just do like that. In the day, in the week, every time we are doing this. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes don't. Sometimes something good happen, sometimes something that we don't like happen. It's normal. We are leaving this earth, so it's normal at that point. The question, the main point is that as long as I'm here, my life, my journey can become easier because I will be the I will be next to the good spirits and they will be able to directionate better my life. So I will be able to understand better what they are trying to tell me. I understand better to what decisions I have to make. I will become more protected. That's the point. So Jesus is always the main point of the teachings of Jesus, theologically speaking, is about the kingdom of heaven. But second, the main point is he is always trying to tell us become better human beings. So we will see this in the book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 15. We will see in the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 17. We will see in the book of Mark, the Matthew, chapter 10, verse 7. So he's always saying, become better human beings because the kingdom of heaven is coming, is approaching. That's the main point of Jesus. Jesus is just waiting for us to ask for help. How can I ask for help? It's just praying, Jack. No, it's not just praying. When I do good things, when I am a better human being, when I do charity, my acts, what I do, will make that I be closer to Jesus. So we have to watch out, as he told to Peter, John, and Jacob, to be aware of what you are thinking, of what you are seeing, of what you are reading, of what you are listening, of what you are talking, and about what you are doing. So we have to have more attention in our whole life. That's the main point of everything that we are living right now. So we are the one of the most famous questions of the speech books is the question 919 that Allan Kardec will ask, what can we do to become better human beings? And Augustine, he answered, and he said, do as I used to do when I was living among you. Every time when it was night and I will lay down, I think about all my day, everything I did on that day, specific day. And I thought about what I did of good, and I'll try to repeat in the next day. And I think about what I shouldn't not do, and I'll be have attention not to do the same wrong thing in the next day. And the good things that I didn't do that I couldn't be done. So in the next day, I will try to do. That's the point. The trying to know us, the inside of us, our ego, just like Jung used to say, trying to know ourselves. The problem is that usually we are always taking care of the life of the other and not our lives. In this isolation that we are living, we are being called to take care of ourselves. It's not about being taking care about my hygiene or about what I eat and what I'm doing. No, 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 no. It's about our spirits, our soul that is in this body. This everything that we are living. We are being called to think about all our lives till now and then answer and then ask for ourselves, who am I, Jack? I am a good person. At least I make an effort. I try to do the things that are right, not the things that I want to do. It's different. In the first letter to Corinthians, Paulo will say in the chapter 6, verse 12, and the chapter 10, verse 23. He'll say basically the same thing. I can do everything, but not everything it's cool in our words. That's the main point. So I'm doing what is right, what is true, what is good. These must be the rule of our lives. I usually say that you say that you believe in God. This is easy. We show that we trust in God is when something that it is not good happen in our lives. And then we remember what Jesus said to Matthew, who rules the world is God. We have to understand, please, everything that is happening. It's not someone that is rolling dice to see what happened in the humanity. It's not that. There's a planejament. Planejament, I guess that's the word. That's the point. There is something very strategic, organized. God uh, send it to us is not because he's bad. No, no, no. He's showing mercy. We have, please, it is with a lot of respect and sympathy and with very respect then that I'm saying this movement of this planet, we have to see the mercy of God because he's doing just like that. Hey, Jack, wake up. That is because although this the coronavirus is pandemic in all over the world, but the mortality it's not so high. It's not so high. If we see a century ago, we have the Spanish flu that killed 50 million of 50 million human beings exactly a century ago. A century ago, we have the first Great War, killed 11 million of people. 30 years later, we have the second Great War, 64 million of dead. human beings. So now it's not that. It's not the tsunami in Indonesia in the beginning of the century that didn't affect me or you. No, just there. No, in the whole world. So we are all of us human beings, 7.5 billion of living human beings reincarnated. We are calling to awake to the necessity of being better persons. How Jesus can help us? Oh, that's very easy. When I show to my mentor that I am trying, I'm making an effort to become a human being, it's not perfection. Please understand, Jesus don't expect of any of us perfection. No, he expects from us effort in the good way. That is the main point. So he's expecting from every one of us to trying to, how can I say this in English? To win ourselves. Exactly, that's the point. So I want to do something. I want to behave that way or this way, but I know that it's not cool, that it's not good. So I will take a big breath, count from 1 to 10, and say, no, this is not good. I don't I don't have to do this. It's not good for me or to the other. The golden rule, book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 12. Do to the other what you want the other to do for you. Something like that. That's it. So we have to pay more attention in us. Jesus can be with every one of us. Every one of us. Our mentor is always with us, but he's a very educated spirit. So our mentor just help us when we show with our attitudes and we are praise when we pray that we want his or her help. And then they came to us and say, okay, Jack, what can I do for you? That's the point. Oh, I'm talking just so much. Sorry. And just to finish, please, please, we must understand that. Oh, for you who wants, follow me in the Instagram, Jack Darsa, but it's in Portuguese, so I think it's not very cool for you. But our journey can be easier, can be, but it don't depend from God, Jesus, or a mentor. It depends from us. How much effort I show in trying to do the right things, more the good spirituality will be with us, helping us because they will see, oh, Jack, at least he's trying to do the right things. Let us help him. That's it. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. And please forgive my poor English, but here I am.
Wow, thank you, Jack. Well, it's a lot of learning. This is a topic for, I don't know, perhaps a seminar.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Saturday, I'm giving a seminar, something like that, in from to the city of Rio de Janeiro. Yeah.
Oh, real. Oh, good.
Saturday in the morning. Yes.
Saturday.
Saturday in the morning. This Saturday now.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah. Well, Jack, I want to touch something because here, when most of people come to the Spirit Center, they want to do charity. Oh, I used to do charity in Brazil, or I used to do charity there, and I want to do charity. And the way, at least, uh, Ireland cities is different Because when you want to do a charity, it's easy to get a to do some kind of charity, because in when you go to an institution and say, hey, I am a volunteer, they scrutinize your life. They ask a lot of questions. Like, it's a long process. That's why I'm saying it's easy to get a job than become a volunteer in
Oh
an
my God.
institution.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and the reason is right, because uh, one of the when I met one of these churches, they said, well, I need to put the right person, because if I allocate that person to talk to our elder people every Saturday 3 o'clock, I need to know that person will not say to me, oh, I don't want to go because I have a birthday party this Saturday. And what I'm gonna do with that elder person? Wait all the week for Saturday,
Yeah.
and nobody shows up. But instead, I'm saying, okay, you want to do charity, spread the spiritism. Let's use what Emmanuel said,
I
spread
used
the
to say,
spiritism.
Stephen, that the main point of this philosophy, science, and religion, the Spiritism, is a change in the way that we used to live our lives. It's a
Mm-hmm.
change in the way I do things, I talk things, everything
Mm-hmm.
in my life. I see a lot that the here in Brazil, I see a lot of this, that the spirits, they are religious people when they are into the center,
Mm-hmm.
or learning, listening to some talking, or in the classroom. There they are spirits. And I say, you want to be the real spirits. He's have to start in his own house, with his family, with his neighbors. This is how we spread spiritism. So when someone came to you, so to me, to anybody, say, oh, it seems that you are a different person, you change. And we have to say, so, but it's a good, yes, you are different, you are good. Oh, that is good. So we are showing people around us that this philosophy, this science, this religion is making us better people. That's the point. And I understand these locals, that they you have to have a lot of responsibility, because here in Brazil we have a lot of people doing volunteer. So if someone don't show up, there is another person. And so because here everything is bigger, because of the religion is bigger here. And I understand this point in Ireland. And of course, are we good in our home with our relatives? Are we good with our father, mothers, causing children, sons, wife? That's the point. So it's very, I think, for me, my opinion, then my opinion, it seems easy to show the others of the center, then I am a good person going to help older people or homeless, whatever. But who am I at home? And in the Gospel according to Spiritism, in the chapter 9, item 6, there is a point talking about this. So I think that the main purpose of the teachings of Jesus and the Spiritism is that I become a better person here in my home, you in your home, with the who is very next to me. That's the main school of our lives. That's exactly the tests that we have to pass, is exactly the someone who is very next to me. But I understand that the question of volunteer must be hard to, and I understand that it's normal that someone thinks about it. Oh, we have to be careful. Yes, yes.
Good, good. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Okay, there is a question here from Wanderley. Jack, you said that we don't have to be perfect, but we must improve ourselves. What to do once we try so much, but we still don't see any progress?
Excellent question. Excellent question. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Vanderlei. See,
Rodrigo is with us.
see. Imagine that in the past 10 reincarnations, you
Mm-hmm.
were a very, 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 very proud man. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you were arrogant and you are very proud of yourself. You think that you were better than everybody in the world. The 10 past reincarnations, and then you came here 24th century and you became spirits. And,
Wow.
and then you receive this call, hey Jack, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then you wake up and realize, oh my God, I am very proud, and this is not good. I must become humble, just like the Saint of Assis. Uh, Here in Brazil, it's Francisco de Assis. There in Ireland, how we say Francisco?
Sissy.
Francis of Assis, right? Francis of
Yeah.
Assis. Oh, I have to. So
San Francis. Yeah.
today, Thursday, I realize I am very proud. No, there's no problem. I am spirits, and I learn everything. Tomorrow morning, I will wake up humble as Francis of Assisi. Sorry, you won't make it. Any simple like that. Any simple like that. You have 10 reincarnation, being very, very, very proud. From 1 to 10, 10, level 10. And then you want to tomorrow wake up in the level 0. Sorry, it won't happen. It's exactly that's the point. So baby steps, baby steps, baby step. One step is just like learning to walking. It's like to riding a bike. You start very easy and then you fall and then you get up and walk a little more and then you fall and then you get up and walk a little more. Just exactly that's the point. So the question is, I have the conscious that I am doing my best. I am doing my best in trying to be a better person. It's exactly what is written in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 17, item 4. So Allan Kardec will tell us, we recognize the true spiritist, because of his change in his morality, in his spirituality, in
Yeah.
his effort to become a better person. Effort. That's the point. We are living in a world of expiation. So we have to understand that. What is that? Living in a world of expiation. Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 3, items from 13 to 15. It's Augustine tell us, in this world that we live, the bad, it's here. The bad people, the bad decisions are bigger than the good people, the good decisions. That is the concept of the world that we are living. So it's normal. What it is not good, it's that, oh, okay, so I'm proud and, oh, it's just like that. I live like that. No, that's not good. The point is, okay, I realize that. So I'm trying to make an effort to become little less proud, not exactly humble, just like Francis of Assisi, but little proud. So it's a process. It's not from today to tomorrow. This is a process that can take a whole life. For sure it can. If you imagine, I live 10 lives just like the proud, yeah, okay, level from 1 to 10, 10 in the proudness. So now in this life, see if I finish my life in this level 5 or 4. Oh, it's very, very
Mm.
good.
I was thinking finish like 8 or 9, but you said like 5 or 4. I'm,
Five is
I'm
better. Five is
so
better.
far
We
from
can
this.
do. We can do 7. We have to believe. We have to believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have another question here from Deborah, and I think work this Is this a type of weakness or laziness?
Weakness. Weakness is because we are very fragile. We are very fragile creatures. That's it. That's the main point. I usually say, in our next lives, in a world of regeneration, oh, that will be better. But right now, we are very weak. We are very weak. We are very weak. We have just to look at us, and it's simple like that. It's not because it's not that we are lazy. It's just that we don't do everything we can, but it's not because we are lazy. It's because we don't have the strength, the necessary strength to win ourselves. That's the point. We have to respect our evolutionary moment. So we must learn that we must understand we are immortal and we are in the beginning. We are yet in the beginning. We are child. We are spiritual children. We think that we are grown-up adults. No, please, come on. No, no. We have to understand that my chronological age, it's not equal to my spiritual age. No, definitely it's not the same thing. So probably I have 3 or 4 years old, spirituality talking. So we have to understand we are all trying to do our best. Oh, and even the bad people, it's something that you must understand. Even the people that are evil, that are really bad, is their moment. Once, a long time ago, we live in a world of primitive world, and we once, very long ago, we live according to our primitive questions. No, we're a little better, but there are still some human beings that are still living in this primitive process. So we have to understand and try to see there a brother, a brother. We are all son of God, son of God. We all. So he's my brother. Maybe I'm a little ahead, a little, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, but once I was there where now he is.
And Jack, just one, what would be your advice for the people who are fighting this during this moment? They are they are giving up because they cannot see a way to get away from the weakness. They are trying their best, and even there they are not getting there the point that they want. What would be your advice?
Yes, it's very. I see this all the time, Rodrigo. We all must have hope. Better days are coming. We must understand that better days are coming. We right now we are seeing a new day beginning, but we are still in the darkness. We are still in the darkness, but a new day began. The day begin, a new day begin exactly when it's midnight. When it's midnight, a new day begins. So we have to understand, although we have shadows in our world, a new day is arriving. So we must trust God and have hope. This moment that we are living, it's very urgent that you understand that. Look, this moment will pass. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it will pass. In Hebrew, they say Gam ze yavor. Gam ze yavor. In how we say Israel in English? Israel. Yeah, Israel.
Israel.
In a building, they put this very big written in this building. Gam ze yavor. This will pass. And simple like that. We must understand. It's not something, it's not that the rest of our lives we are lived this way. No, it is not. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it will pass. So we have to strengthen and think. We have to use the reason and understand. Okay, this moment, planetary moment, arrived, but it will go away. I must hold on. Don't give up. A new day is arriving.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of when you are cleaning the house and you want to put the garbage under the mat,
Yes. Yes.
no?
So
And
it's
now we are
not
at
good.
home, and to clean the house, we need to open up that mat and say, "Hey, everything what I postponed, I need to deal with
Yeah.
now.
There you are.
I found you. Gotcha."
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's exactly. I used to say that this moment that you are living, it can be very, very, very good. And when you all respect and love, I say that because we can, when everything just go away and we return to our normal lives, if we look to ourselves and say, "Oh my God, today I am a better Jack than I used it to be before the coronavirus." Now, wow. So this time that I was in isolation, it showed me a lot of things about me, about my life that I wasn't seeing because I was always in the world outside and not
You were busy with other
exactly.
things.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
now it's a perfect time because usually everyone say, "Oh, I don't have time in my life. I don't have time. I don't have time." Okay, now we have. Now we have. So how we are using this time, and time, it's just like the internet. It's just like the money. It depends what use we are doing. What we are doing with the time that we are having. Are we trying to read more and to understand more ourselves? Today, every Thursday and every Friday in my Instagram channel, I do psychological studies of Hamed and Joanna de Angelis. Thursday, I do the gospel at home, the cult of the gospel at home. So every today's 2 hours here. Friday and Thursday and Friday is 2 hours of lives in the Instagram. Exactly for us all together, trying to understand more ourselves. As long as I understand more myself, as long as I understand all my process, my ego process, my subconscious, my inconscious. So I understand, oh, wait, I am acting like this because of that. So if I pay more attention in that, I will behave better in this situation. That's the point. So we can use better our time in this moment to become better persons.
Okay. And that is another. Deborah's complimenting her question here. She said, actually, I want to know where's the weak point that make us not to be so kind and generous, and we are outside of the center. Like, I think when you weak point that make us not to be so kind and generous.
Well, Deborah, uh, we have to understand that each one of us is in one point of morality and spirituality, each one of us. So, as I talked earlier, probably I have spirituality talking, probably I have 3 or 4 years old, so I'm baby, okay? And probably there are people, persons, human beings reincarnated that they have 12, 15, 20 years old. So spiritually talking, they are older than me. So as long as I am a child in the spiritually talking, so I will behave just like a child. That's the question. So when we have a baby at home, what you do? You take off the glasses from the table and knives, and you cover everything that represents dangers for the baby. Because why? Because he don't know, he don't understand. Is his process, is his age, chronologically speaking. And we, spiritually speaking, each one of us, we have an age. So although someone have, oh, I have 60 years old, no matter, this doesn't matter. Maybe, or could be that a person of 60 years old or 80 years old, spirituality talking, it's a baby. And we can see other people of 20 years old, the spirituality, oh, he have 40 years old. So we must understand that to learn, to live in peace with the other. The problem, we are always waiting for the other to behave like I want him to behave. That's the problem. That's the problem. So I think that because of the my next have the same age of me, so my wife, I don't have a wife, but let's say for an example, so my wife, she has the same age of me, so she has to become and act just like I do, and it's not that, and it's simple like that. So we have to respect. We must respect the spirituality point of each of one of us. Is hard, very hard, very hard, because we expect things from the people, then we become frustrated or angry, whatever. But we must understand, are we asking for someone something that this person can't give it to me? It's like just like I come to a baby of 3 years old and say, okay, sit down here. We are going to start to study the gospel. And he will say, what? It's simple like that. He's a baby. Jesus, he's a baby. So I can't do this. So the point is, if I ask a baby to think and behave just like I do, I'm not being current anyway. So I have to respect. So I think that that's the main point. We have to understand that the chronological age of someone is not the same thing as the spiritual age.
Yeah, yeah. We need to, because at the same point we have in one side something push us up, and the other side something pushing us down.
Yes, every day.
And every day. You don't wake up 100% all the time. Yeah? So we needed to learn how to balance these forces. And to get to know how to balance this force, we need to use what was written in Spirit's book, Know Yourself.
Exactly. The big thing about this religion, our religion, is that it's a religion that exists to try to transform us in better human beings, to promote in us more evolution that we have been doing with all our past lives till today. That's the point. So we have to pay very attention of this. The main point of the spiritism is not about you understanding and knowing all the gospel or all of the question of the spirit's book of knowing the 28 chapters of the gospel according to the spiritism. No, it's not about that. It's not about knowledge. It's not about knowledge. It's about behaving. The Gospel according to the Spiritism, chapter 6, the item 5. Spirits love each other. That is the first rule. And no, that's the second. So the knowledge is the second rule here. The first rule is loving. So as it is in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse from 37 to 40, love God, love the other as you love yourself. So the main rule is loving, also, just like is behaving better, or say is acting with love. It's in acting is what I think, thinking in love, looking with love, listening with love, talking with love, and our attitudes. Everything we have to do, we should do with love in our lives.
And the good point here, Dirk, I think it's, as you said, it is very difficult to try. But at least if you try, but you couldn't succeed, there's no problem.
No.
That is tomorrow. Tomorrow, try again.
Yeah. We unfortunately, we bring with us this religion of the God of Judaism and Christianism, the God that punish. No, that is wrong. Come on, that's wrong. This is not God. This is not God. That Jesus, Jesus was the first Jewish to call God Father. Father.
Yeah.
He said that God is a Father of mercy, of love. First letter of John, chapter 4, verse 8. God is love. And it's simple like that. So Jesus not paying attention. One thing, just Jesus and our mentors are looking forward. What have been effort to become better people, to win ourselves. That's the point. Então, it's the effort. It's not behaving just like Jesus or Mary or Francis of Assisi or Chico Xavier or Divaldo Franco. No, 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 please don't do this. You'll be very frustrated with that. No, it's just try, but try very hard to become a better person. Simple like that.
It's the golden rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the golden rule.
Hey, Jack. Yeah, I think I got a fan here. Jack is my new addiction. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah. Yeah, Jack. We need to not push us too hard, because I know people, and recently we have a case. The person was struggling, having difficult moments, and because of these, the person had a heart attack. We do have a lot of people nearby can help us. Talking to a friend, go to a fraternal gathering. Also, you have the Samaritans. You can call Samaritans. So there is no problem without a solution.
Exactly. We must understand. I see that I'm always using this verb must. We must understand that the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 14, 9. God don't send us a challenge that we can't pass through, just like that. Because if God sent to me a challenge that I can't win, God's not God. God is wrong.
Mhm.
That's the point. So there's another God.
Yeah.
He's not my God. That's it. So, and sometimes I understand it's very hard. I understand that. Sometimes very, very, very hard. Oh my God. I know that. I'm a human like everyone. Sometimes in my life, I just sit down and say, but that's it. How can it be? Yes, welcome to the earth, I usually say. But we must understand, we can call for help with a friend, with a relative, anyone. We can call help. We can just turn on the internet and look forward to a talk of Divaldo Pereira Franco or some other, Rosandro Klinger or any other. But I like to watch Papa Francisco. It's good. Go and watch Papa. I like to watch this pastor. It's good. We must understand. Right? Answer of the question 1654 of the Spirit's book. All the religions go to God. So if you like, I made 2 times the peregrination to Santiago de Compostela in Spain. 2 times I did that. And every night, in every point that I stop, every little village, little city, I ask, where is the church and what time is the mass? Every day I was there because Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 20, when there is 2 or more, I will be there, and it's simple like that. So if you like, sometimes I watch Papa Francisco, Pope Francis Pope in the television. It's my opinion. I like him very much. I like him very, very, very much. For me, he's a roadie guy, but because he's trying to bring back to the church the real teachings of Jesus. So it doesn't matter. The point is, read, watch something that it makes your heart. Oh, that's it. So you feel good. If you feel good, it's good for you. That's it.
Hey, Jack, people are starting to put the hashtag Jack back. So it's better you look your agenda because we need to bring you back another day.
Yeah. But and then you see here our subject
Yeah.
today is here what Jesus can do for us. But in reality is what we can do for Jesus, no? That's
What
the
we,
Or what you can do for you.
yeah.
exactly
What we can do for Jesus, it's very simple. Become a better person. It's simple like that.
just like that.
We think that to please God, to please Jesus, we have to make bigger things. No, no
No,
small things.
no.
Small things. You just a little light that you bring to your life. Little light that you bring to your life. You start to spread this little light to the others that are around you, and then those others that have this little light, they will spread their light to the other person. That's how we make a better world, and Jesus will be with us every time that we are making an effort to do what is right.
Well, perhaps you know better the passage, but I have this concept. What you need to do, you need to become better. But better is not mean we don't need to buy God. Hey God, I was good with Jack, so I deserve this. So we need to differentiate. We don't have to do. Don't left your hand, right hand knows what your left hand is doing, or something like this. You know.
Yes, yes. Is the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 3. Matthew 6:3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we need to do the love unconditionally.
Yes. What's the here in Brazil we have a talk that says kindness bring for you kindness. In Portuguese, it's gentileza gera gentileza. So that's the point. We have to discover. I discovered this in my life that when I do something good to the other, I feel better. It's not the other. I feel better. I feel better myself. So in the time that I give love, I receive love. The love that lives in me, he becomes bigger and stronger. And as long as I do even more good to the other, as long as I love more the other, I discover that this inside of me become even greater, even bigger. So in the main moment that we are doing something good to another person, in that same moment we are receiving. We are receiving
Mhm.
also. So it's just fine. It's just fun. We discovered that it's good to be good. It's good to
Exactly.
be good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, yeah. It's like we had a talk, Rodrigo. I think you remember, like when I ask, when you give a present, it's better when you give it, the feeling when you give a present is way better. The feeling when you receive a present,
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
a present or gift. No, let's say
yes,
like when
yes,
you
yes,
give a
yes,
gift,
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. So yeah. Uh, and the questions I've seen my. Let me check here. No, yeah. So again, like Jack, see, you know, everybody love listen, Jack. He's amazing. Know how to say to all of us about Jesus' life.
Thank
Huh?
you, thank you.
We're
Huh?
gonna find you a job here in Ireland, Jack, and then we're gonna bring
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Right. Okay, we're gonna hijack you, Jack, to
Yeah.
Ireland. You know, we need. Yeah, Jack. I can see, like here in Ireland, I, I don't know if this is accurate, but Ireland, it one of the most charitable countries in the world.
Oh,
Okay, and we do see this. We do see a lot of charity organizations. We see a lot of people. They do charity when they really do this. And how to how do you have anything to say for an Irish or an American or an English or a French or anyone who are listening us, how you need to move on?
how to move on?
Yeah. How to move on? How to go ahead and keep going? Whatever you're doing, don't give up.
Uh, there is a movie of Disney, Looking for Nemo. It's a story of fishes. Do you know this movie? It's not a movie. It's a, how you say this in English?
Be like a
Desenho, cartoon, cartoon
yeah.
of Disney.
Cartoon, cartoon.
Looking for Nemo. It's a very long time ago, and there is a fish called Dolly, and she used to say in the movie, uh, "Keep swimming, keep swimming, keep swimming."
Yeah.
So
Keep swimming.
there are days that, as you said, Stephen, there are days that we are not very good. There we are not, and there are days that we are very. So our emotions, they don't have, they don't stabilize. Every day we are not the same person. No, it's just something that you eat, the way you sleep, you have something, you are worried about your job or your children or anything. So one thing's for sure. One thing is for sure, it's for sure, it's for sure. As long as I look for Jesus in my life, Jesus will be with me. That's it. The problem is that a lot of us expect that Jesus just put us in his arms and say, okay, everything I'll do for you, don't worry about anything. It's not that, because if it was that way, we won't be better spirits. We want to come from here to here. There won't be evolution. But Jesus is there just like saying, come on, Jack, I know you can do. I know your soul. Jack, I know your soul. I know you can do. And I, Jesus, I am here to help you.
We
Thank you,
can do
Jack.
together.
Yeah, so just to wrap up here, Paula is correcting us. It's not cartoon, it's animation.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Paula.
Oh, yeah, animation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, that's it. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Say, Jack, it's not only in Brazil people are saying this. In Ireland, they are saying as well, I'm amazed how he knows the Bible.
No, just,
See?
just like, no, no.
You got used to that.
Okay, let's understand something. Let's understand something. And it's very, very urgent that we understand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much of the Bible you know, how much of the gospel according to the Spiritism you know, how much of the question of the Spiritist book you know. This doesn't matter. Please understand. What matters is who you are in your life. That's it. That's it.
Good point.
After this, Jack, I just want to say thank you very much. And
Thanks you for having me here.
thank
Thanks you
you
for
for your
having
Thank
me here.
you for
time.
having us.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for all these contributions you gave to us. I'm pretty sure by the comments that we are receiving here, a lot of people are amazed with the explanations, with the simple way you are saying. That's what we need. We need simple explanations in a simple way we needed to make these more at lower level than a high level.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very easy to talk difficult, but it's difficult to talk easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, Jack, thank you very much. It's time to wrap up because we need to close the bridge between Brazil, between Ireland and the US. But
Okay.
before doing that, can you do our final prayer?
Yes, yes, I can do.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So let's feel ourselves in peace. Let's take a long breath and let's we all talk with our Master Jesus. Lord Jesus, we all thank you so much for this opportunity that we all have to understand more about your teachings, to clarify ourselves about ourselves and about our lives. And we ask you, please, sir, give us the necessary strength to take the right decisions in our lives. Even though the challenges seem so hard to live and to win, please, Jesus, give us the strength, give us the faith to go ahead, one step more, another and another. Show us that we can win. Show us that although we are weak, you are with us, and that with you, all of us can win everything that is ahead from us. Please make us more with more attention in what we are thinking, watching, listening, talking, and doing. Makes us, Jesus, be good with the others. And for last, we ask you, please, 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 send to us, to our lives, your peace and your love. And in the name of God our Father, in your name, Jesus, we finish this talking that we have today. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Okay, my dear friend. See, I'm saying, Jack, you are in trouble. Great, please bring Jack back very fast. Eh? Jack's words bring peace and comfort.
Thank
See,
you.
Jack.
It's
Thank
more
you very
about that.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you all. I'm closing the bridge between Ireland and US, Ireland and Brazil. So thank you for your time. I'll see you all next Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. Irish time. And stay tuned, watch our videos, like us, share with everybody want to share. And if you have any comments, please write to us at spiritismireland@gmail.com. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jack, Rodrigo, thank you very much.
Take
And
care. Take care.
please stay
Bye.
stay there
See ya.
because
See ya.
I will close here. Okay. Thank you. Stay
Bye.
there, please.
Okay.
Thank you.